Coming up on today's episode. I'm back with you once again on the new Android head unit. This is the spare wiring harness that I had left over from the old dual radio that I had in there. I just decided to go ahead and use it. But this is basically the end that plugs into the radio itself, and then these go to the Toyota plugs for the radio. These are the rear speakers here, the green and the purple. The white and the gray are the front speakers, and then the 2 power. This is a key powered, and that's the battery power. And of course the black is the ground. So now this one here I went ahead and hooked up. I checked the Toyota wiring guide, and this is the illumination wire, the orange wire, and it's what's marked on the ILL, as you can see. So I think that's the way that's got to work. I do have the other one out. This here kit piece here came with a kit, installation kit. But basically I've got to take these mounting brackets off here and here on each side, and then slide the new radio in to its bracket, and that should do it. If anything, it's a little bit smaller, I would think, but I think that's pretty close. As you can see now, looking at this one, these are not slick, but they're touch type buttons, and there's no feeling them. You can't feel anything down there when you move your finger down, other than you get down here. SD card and the aux and the aux right there. Now, so I'm going to investigate now the best way to attach the faceplate and side plates to the radio of the new one, and we'll see what happens. I'll bring you back and show you that. So right away I've run into a snag. Well, you can see it. Let's get you up a little bit so you can see better. This is, as you can see, is right up against that, and that end is nowhere near able to fit that. Now, I don't know. I think I had this like this before, but I'm still going to have to trim out the, there's a ledge here that's going to have to be trimmed out, as well as this side here a little bit. That's not a big deal, but at the same time, it's going to have to basically sit like that. And that ain't going to work because of the buttons, for one thing. It's hitting the buttons. I don't know if I can get it on this side of the buttons and maybe do that. But like I said, it's just not going to fit down the side of it like I really wanted it to. Again, not the worst thing. You maybe take a little out of the top and a little out of the bottom both to get that to where it'll go down in there a little bit further, I think. I think that was the problem I ran into with the other one, and I just ended up putting it right on top of it instead of trying to get it exactly fitted right. See, there's a lip on here. I don't know how we can tell. Yeah, you can see it there, I think. And that lip goes all the way around, and if that really is made for that piece to go into that lip all the way around that, and then it will fit more better. More better. So I'm going to take my time and try to get this one right, because like I said, the other one just didn't, I wasn't happy with it. I mean, it looked good, from what you could see, but I knew it wasn't right, and that would be the same way this one would be if I did that to it, and I really don't want to do that. That is the plan. We shall see what happens. Let me get busy and do some cutting and stuff like that with the Dremel, and we'll go from there. So, good day, YouTube. Here with you out in the car again. This is basically the start of this. I do have it fitted to the adapter, as you can see. I need to get some more work done on it. It needs some sanding done to it, maybe a light coat of paint, make it look a little bit better than it is. It works as it is. As you can see, it is on the radio function at the moment. Now, it's not fastened in there, it's just sitting in where it goes. Local station A&W, whatever it, what is it? I can't even remember the name of it.
Post-apocalyptic father-son love story, The Road, which won the Pulitzer Prize in 2007.
That's
Some of his novels became
the Bloomington Station, University Station, or AM does. Not very good. Like I said, I didn't expect the AM to be much, but it is what it is, I guess. So all in all, it works pretty good, I think. Very pleased with it. I just got to finish it, buttoning it up, and getting the. Like I say, I want to take that bezel off again and do some work to it. I had to do a lot of sanding and stuff to get it to fit this unit. This one's a little bit bigger, so basically that's what I got to do. Good morning, YouTube. Here with you again at the bench. As you can see in front of you, the Android head unit is sitting there. I did remove it from the car just a little while ago. And now, what I want to do with this, I had no intentions of leaving that in the car, as I may have stated out in the car when I was putting it in. But I don't know how well you can see that. But that is really rough there. That's really bad, and I don't want that to be in there. And there's some places around the sides too that need to be sanded down a little bit. What I plan to do is basically sand those down nice and smooth on the sides and the front on the bottom here, and probably because it's going to be a little wider, that's just the way the nature of this plastic is, I'll probably take some flat black and spray it. And as you can see, I still haven't removed the tab. I will not remove that until this is all done, because that's just the way I like to do it. But you know, I went out there this morning, and it was rather warm in the car. I won't say hot, but I think it was only 70-something degrees. It wasn't that hot, but you know, I wanted to make sure it came back up to where it was at, and it did. But it took a few minutes to load, and instead of it going through the actual Android sequence of it booting and things like that, it just had a little loading with 3 dots underneath the thing. And when it came up right exactly where I left off, playing music in the MP3 player. I thought, well, now's the time to do the work that I have to do, because it seems to be working. There is one more thing that I'm struggling a little bit with, but I think I have a plan for that as well. On the back here, this is the GPS antenna, and what I want to do is run that down below the dash, down through the. Before I had it coming out the front, I didn't like that at all, and so I want to run it down through the dash and underneath the steering wheel column, that side of it, and up on the side of the dash itself by the door there. And I'll put it's already got sticky tape on the back of it. I'll clean off a spot on the dash right there and stick it down there, and then run that. Make sure that wire is well out of the way of everything, and is as close to the edges as I can get it. So I want to get that done. And also, I've been looking at the camera, rear view camera. I'm thinking about running the wires for it as well, because that would just make sense, because you wouldn't have to get the whole thing out again. And not that it's difficult, but I'm going to show you what I did, getting it out. But let me get back with the other piece I want to show you, and we'll be right back. Alright, as you can see, the piece in front of you, now this is the center part of the dash. Let me put you up a little bit to see that. I think you can see that pretty good. What I did was, I forgot about taking this knob out. You pull this knob out, and there's a screw behind here, and I kind of forgot about that, and I just figured it's one of those things that just pulled out like the rest of the plastic does. It wasn't. I got that separately, but I did get the piece today. I found that out in the car, so I'll be able to glue that back, no problem. I'll put some epoxy on that and get that to where it's supposed to be. It fits in there good. Epoxy on the sides and where it joins together there, it should fix that just fine. And I'm happy about that. And again, like I say, the other thing I made a comment on was fixing that faceplate, bezel, whatever you want to call it. get that smoothed off a little bit. Use the Dremel rather extensively to get that to where it would fit. And I've got a lot of plastic around here on the bench and the floor and everywhere else to prove it. So, alright, that's what I'm going to do. Let me get to it and we'll bring you back another time. Alright, well, you can see I do have the piece epoxied in. I got a good mix of the epoxy this time. Got it all over where it needed to be. And we'll let that set up. I wanted to go ahead and do this one first because I figured it's going to have to sit for a while, so I can sand on the other one while this one's dry. And I'm going to move this to another room. I'm not going to have it in here where all the sanding's going on or like that. But basically, that should fix that problem. And I can move on, as I said, to the other project, which is sanding that faceplate. And that's going to take a while to do. I do have sandpaper, but it's just, you know, one of those things it's so rough that it's going to take a little while to get it smoothed back out. So, alright, we have been working on this for a little while now. Still not perfect, but getting better, I think. You can see the gouge, the little vertical, whatever you want to call them there, are places where the Dremel with the sanding disc dug in too far, too deep. And I'm trying to get those out, but, you know, you can see if you look at it a certain way, they're pretty prevalent. Anywho, that's that. And like I said, let me take a break and we'll come back and try it some more. Alright, we are back once again. Imagine that. This is the finished product. I'm not going to do much else to it. It's not perfect, but it's good enough for the Toyota. I've got the, this is the main plug, power and stuff like that. I've got the wiring in for the backup camera here, and this goes up to here. And then this coax here runs all the way back to the trunk, or wherever you hook up the backup camera at. And so, you know, once you do that, then you know, all that will hang down on the passenger side, and I'll just probably wire or tie it up for now with a cable tie or something, just to keep it up out of the way until I get the rest of it mounted, because there's no sense in running the rest of it. This is the power for the camera. This connects to this wire here, and basically the red wire goes to the backup light power, the positive section of the backup light, and the black wire goes to ground. So that's pretty simple on that. And there's also the other end of the coax. Looks just like this. It's got a red pigtail, and that also wires into this red wire, power wire. So that's basically the sensing for the head unit to know that the reverse has been engaged and the backup camera should be on. Obviously, that's the feed for it. The coax is. So all that should be ready to go. Like I said, all this gets hooked up in the back, and I don't have to tear out the radio again. I wanted that to be done, and I have the Wi-Fi good and tight in there now, and I have the GPS. That's the next thing I've got to do out in the car, is feed that GPS cable up through the dash some way, so that I can get it to the radio. It's got to come up out of the section there. It can come up behind this or between to get it to here, and that should be fine. And then once I get that, I've got my little adjustable wrench. I'll tighten that up is good. And that does all the wiring except for the antenna. That doesn't get plugged in until but last, because the shortness of the wire, I have to have the radio pretty close to the where it's going before I can actually plug it in. Those get hooked up, and then we set the radio. I use the old screws to hook this up. This is the newer ones. They're actually a little bit shorter than the old ones, so that's all. The thing that holds it in is these back here, and this is kind of all just you know, for appearances. But again, it's as good as it's going to get. We'll put it that way. Anyway, that's that. Also, the other thing that I worked on this morning, you may recall, is this. And I believe this is going to hold very well. And that's done. So, like I said, everything is coming together, as they say. And so that's the update. So once I get the rest of it done, I'll bring you, or not the rest of it, but the next part of it done, I'll bring you back and show you again. Good day, YouTube. Here with you at the car, and as you can see, I do have the radio installed. This has been some time in the making. I think I did a video to explain why, so I won't even go into that. I am feeling much better, able to get out here into the car anyway, so that's good. I'm going to go pick up some supper at Subway, I think, here tonight. That's the first time I've been out for a while. And anyway, I just wanted to make this video, kind of show you what's up with the radio, and see if we could do a quick demo. I think it went to sleep. Yeah, it did. Not really sure how to music, I guess. I don't know. I've forgotten how to operate the thing. I would have thought that would have been easy to do, just click on music. Oh, there it goes. I guess I didn't click hard enough the first time.
The night was clear and the moon was yellow and the leaves.
So that all works pretty good. There's what I was talking about. This here needs to be fixed. You can see there's nothing to hold it in. It just flops in the breeze, basically. So what I was going to do was take this panel off again and see if I could find the little spring, because I know it's in here somewhere. I'm sure it came off as I was taking that out, because that's when I broke the screw hole off the center here for this. There it is. You can see there's a screw. That's where I broke it at. And I know now it's there. And this here comes out. And then there's two screws at the bottom of that. So I know how all that works. So that's good. And you can see there's the cable for the rear view camera. And I don't know how we can see it, but there's a cable hanging down underneath the dash here. Right there, my foot. That's for the GPS antenna, and I've got to get both of those tied up some way to where they're not hanging down, obviously, in the floor like that. This one here is going to be easy to do. A couple zip ties will keep that up out of the way, and then on top, I'll just use the adhesive that's on the back of the GPS and get it nice and centered or placed where I want it, and then just make it stick to the dash, and that'll work pretty good. This is the how it's wired through there. You can see. Now, I would like to have that a little bit better than that, but I don't know exactly how I would do it. So once I figure that out, we'll probably get back to it and do that. Alright, like I said, this is pretty much gonna do it. Anywho, that's a look at the radio again. I don't know. Let's see if I can do it this way. I don't know what that does. It's not doing much of anything, really. I'll have to figure that out, I guess. Anyway, the main thing is that the SD card works, and that was I very seldom listen to the radio unless the SD card's not working. All right, that's going to do me. I didn't want to make a big long production of this because, believe it or not, I am still in somewhat of pain here, sitting here like this. Not quite back to 100%, getting there. Seems like the more I do sit up, the better my back gets. So I've been trying to sit up as much as possible. I had been in the bed a lot more than it used to be, but I stopped that. I started getting up at a regular hour and staying a little bit active. I think I'm gonna have to change that where it goes away. I don't like that at all. So I'll have to get out here one of these days and just figure out some things and get some things done. So, and also Bob has designed a cup. And I don't know if I should show it yet, but I will, when he gets it in, I'll show it to you and show you what that looks like. But interesting. So, all right, that's the Bluetooth playing now. I finally figured out how to do it. That works just fine. There's how you get to the radio, right there. I've stuck it on AM and now I can't get it to go back to FM. Not sure why. That's down bottom row is having problems working, I think, because all the things at the top work just fine and on touching, and the ones on the bottom don't work. So now I don't know why, but they don't work. So see, the ones at the top work just fine. So there you go. That was that. And like I said, it does work, the radio does, but again, it should. Oh, that's searching, or that's what do you call it? What do you call it? I even got the Wi-Fi hooked up, so I must have hit that by accident. Let's go back to the There it is. No, that's FM. Let's go to home, see what that does. There we go. Now I should be able, again, like I say, press that and go to the radio. But that's just not working. None of these on the bottom are working. Except for this. And I don't know why that one works. But it does. Well, it does work sometimes. Well, it did work. Maybe you could go and play it like that. There, no, that's just playing. What do you call it? And I've got to put that on play again. No, see, the bottom would work that time. Might have something to do with taking this sheet off. I don't know. Now, so I guess that just plays whatever the last music you played. I don't know. See if we can go back to the that. See if there's a music player in here, and I don't know where it's at. See Bluetooth. I don't see the music player. That's another thing I've got to adjust is the brightness level. It's too low. You can't see it in the daytime. So I should have done this at night, and I may come back out here and do it again at night. Who knows? All right, you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you.